Okay. So can anyone see this? So today we are going to talk about social awareness. And first I'm going to talk about the agenda first. So we will have an icebreaker, and then we'll introduce the perspective taking and psychological safety. And then next, we will do 2 exercises to facilitate the perspective taking. It's about taking 20 minutes. And these are the 2 exercises we are going to take. And next, we will do another 2 exercises to facilitate the psychological and safety. And at last, we have to finish the AR form as a team, and it also have to include in the recording. And first one, the icebreaker, is a half chance, like who would win, fight a horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses. It doesn't have a right answer.
I'd say a horse-sized duck, honestly.
Me too.
I think its bite would be way too much. And honestly, 100 ducks can only bite its feet.
Yeah.
But 100 ducks is a pretty big amount.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, what damage is it going to do? Like, it's just going to peck at their
Depends
leg.
on the damage. You're right. Yeah, it's just going to peck its leg.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, I also think it's a horse-sized duck. So first, we are going to talk about the perspective taking. The perspective taking outcome of college. According to the personal and social responsibility inventory, 93% of college students believe that perspective taking should be a part of their higher education. So so do you agree like 93% of college students wants to have the perspective taking in their higher education experience? And why?
I think perspective taking should be, I agree with them, because like it's really important to understand different people's perspectives and their opinions on issues, and understanding how they feel about it can change your opinion and also enhance it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I went to like a small high school with about 500 kids, a little more than 500. And it wasn't very diverse, I will say that. And then so coming here to like a Big Ten school with hundreds or tens of thousands of students, all from different backgrounds, some from different countries and different parts of the world, it allows me to like gain a different knowledge and different perspectives on things that I never actually considered.
Yeah, I agree. Because because when we work in the future, it's like really important to see other sides, as you all say like understanding other people's perspective and thought really help you to be more self-aware. Okay, good question, good answer. So next slide is psychological safety. The psychological safety and effectiveness. Psychological safety teams are more effective, and individuals on a psychological safety team are rated as effective twice as often by their executives. So, but individuals are less likely to leave the company and also bring in more revenue when they are working at a psychologically safe team. So, I want you to think about a time when you are feeling really psychological safety, like just a simple example.
I'd say I felt, or I feel psychologically safe when I'm with on a team with a group of friends, or I'm with my family, because of the people I'm comfortable with and know me best, so they'll have the best idea of my perspective and what I'm going through.
Yeah. Anyone else?
One example I could bring up would be like freshman year, Caleb would know we were in the same C104 group, and like the group of people we were around just made it feel as if your opinions and beliefs mattered and like you felt psychologically safe while being in the group?
Yeah. So it's just like when the team group really feel psychological safe, they will really put their effort in one project, and you will also put your full heart in the project, and it's really nice.
Yeah, I don't know why sorry, we can move on.
It's okay. It's okay. You can talk.
I don't know why, but my mind went to like orientation freshman year,
Mhm.
and they just randomly put us into like, I mean, if you guys went to orientation, but they put us in like, I guess small or like big groups. But I thought like I would never see these kids again, or like the likelihood to see these kids again when we come back freshman year were very low. So I didn't really care like what people thought of me or like what I said or how they viewed what I said. So I thought that was pretty safe.
Yeah. Especially when you like find the same person like from the same hometown or you have similar habits. So yeah, good answers. So next slide, we are going to talk, it's just a circle saying like be open and to build a relationship, and you will gain trust, and again, you will be open to another person. So from the perspective taking, you could recognize the difference and understand the influence, and also related their perspective to others. And from the psychological safety, you could have the framework as learning and versus the accusation. And you also will acknowledge your imperfections, and you will be curious about the questions and ask about it. So next, we are going to do an exercise. The first, we are going to talk about two things. First one is ladder of inference, and the second one is a story I'm telling myself. Does everyone hear about the ladder of inference?
No.
Okay, so I will going to put a video to show a video, and when I put a video, when you're watching the video, please thinking about one example about your personal experience that is about ladder of inference. Oh, can you see? Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we still see like the PowerPoint.
Oh,
If that's what you mean.
Okay. Is this? Can you see this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Imagine a microscopic-sized ladder contained in the part of our brain that will label our subconscious. The ladder of inference, which was first proposed by Harvard professor Chris Argyris, is the basis of this model. Every time we interact with someone, that experience enters the ladder at the bottom. That same experience zips up the ladder in the blink of an eye, exiting at the top. This process happens thousands of times a day without us knowing it. Let's focus on what happens on each rung of the ladder. On the first rung, we have the raw data and observations of our experience. This is very similar to what someone watching a video recording of our experience would see. Moving up to the second rung, we filter in specific information and details from our experience. We unknowingly filter based on our preferences, tendencies, and many other aspects that we believe are important. On to the third rung, we assign meaning to the information we have filtered through. This is where we start to interpret what our information is telling us. On the fourth rung, a very crucial thing happens. We develop assumptions based on the meaning we created on the previous rung, and we start to blur the distinction between what is fact and what is story. On the fifth rung, we develop conclusions based on our assumptions. This is also where our emotional reactions are created. On the sixth rung, we adjust our beliefs about the world around us, including the person or people involved in our experience of the moment. On the seventh and final rung, we take action based on our adjusted beliefs. Still with me? Great! Let's take a real-life example and run it up the ladder to see how this all works. Have you ever been cut off in a parking lot, signal light on, as you steer toward your coveted spot only to slam on your brakes at the last minute as someone pulls in front of you and steals your spot away? Imagine that experience and notice all of the data and observations landing on the first rung of your ladder. Now let's watch what we pay attention to on the second rung. Who cares that it's sunny out and the birds are chirping? The 50% off sign outside of your favorite store is meaningless. You filter in the sensation of your grip tightening on the wheel, you feel your blood pressure rise, you hear the squeal of your brakes, and you notice the expression on the face of the other driver as he pulls in front of you and quickly looks away. Time for our third rung. Ever since you were young, your parents taught you the importance of waiting in line and taking your turn. You live and die by the rule of first come, first serve. And now this guy has just stolen your spot. What gives? Up to the fourth rung we go. Watch closely as our assumptions take over and our story creates itself. That stupid jerk. Didn't his parents teach him anything? How could he not see my signal light? He must never pay attention. Why does he think he's more important than anyone else? Jumping quickly to the fifth rung, we conclude that this guy is heartless, inconsiderate, he needs to be taught a lesson and put in his place. We feel angry, frustrated, vindictive, justified. On our sixth rung, we adjust our beliefs based on the experience. That's the last time I give in. Next time someone tries to cut me off, tires will be smoking on the pavement as I squeal past them into my spot. And finally, our last rung, we take action. We back up, pull up behind his car, honk our horn, and roll down our window to scream a few choice words his way. Now, imagine, he walks over quickly, apologizing. His wife, who is almost due with their first baby, called him from inside the mall to say she is in labor and needs to get to the hospital immediately. We are momentarily shocked, apologize profusely, and wish him luck as he rushes toward the entrance. What just happened here? What changed? Why is this so significant? In our parking lot example, our beliefs were short-circuited by the ladder of the other individual. My wife is in labor. I need to get there quick. There's a parking spot. Phew! Oh, geez, I cut someone off. I better apologize quickly so they don't think I'm a jerk. But what if we were able to short-circuit our ladders ourselves? Proactively, by choice. Guess what? We can. Let's return to our unique human function of free will. Next time you notice yourself reacting to your experience, pay focused attention to your ladder. Ask yourself what beliefs are at play, where did they come from? What data and observations did you filter in as a result of your beliefs, and why? Are your assumptions valid and supported by facts? Would a different set of assumptions create different feelings and result in new and better conclusions and actions? We all have our own unique ladder. Be mindful of yours and help others to see theirs.
So that is the video, and the ladder of influence is like what he mentioned. First is this is chart, so I don't have to go over again. But as I mentioned, have you any thought about a personal experience that when you have some misunderstanding, like when you have a conflict with someone and you make an assumption first, and is that in the end, is that a right conclusion? Because so I could just share my personal experience first to get some insight for you. So when I was in a case competition in the high school, and there's other team member didn't come up late, so they missed their opportunity to compete the first and second and third place, because the professional judges says you have to not be late in order to be qualified to the case competition. So his members really got mad at them, at this person who who are late for the case computation, the presentation. So even though they prepare very well and their PowerPoint and the proposal is really competitive, so people laugh at them. And however, after the presentation, he just left, and the judges explained the whole situation to us. The judge said he got a call from his mom. It's a really sad story. So he got a call from his mom, and it's an emergency family issue. It's right before he came to the competition, but he still chose to show up and wait until their team finished the presentation. So at that time, I make a wrong assumption, and in the end, I realized it's not what I saw. So as a story, I think fit to the letter of inference. So can anyone share?
I've just like, I mean, this isn't really like a specific example, I guess, but I'm sure like you guys have all run into people who are just like in a really bad mood. Something ticked them off for some reason, and they said something to you that might have been like backhanded or made you upset. So you get upset back at them, and then they eventually realize what they said, and then they eventually tell you why their day is going so bad, or what's, what happened to them, or what made them in this mood. So I guess it's an example of not really knowing what someone else is going through.
Yeah. Anyone else? I would like anyone to share. Not have to be more specific. It's just one simple example.
I mean, I guess one is like, I said, like it's like a little different than what we've been talking about, but like for example, like sports, there's like a lot of athletes, and sometimes due to like family emergencies or any like limited parts of their body, they're unable to play and perform. And like a lot of people as fans would just get upset because it's impacting the team they like or for a reason. But when they actually understand the real reason as to why that player wasn't able to play or perform well, then they take a step back and for themselves and like realize that they were wrong.
Yeah, that's a good example. Like everything has to be happening a reason.
Yeah.
Caleb, do you have anything to share?
One time my friend was in a bad mood, so I joked about it, and he got even madder, and I felt bad, and I later found out he did poorly on an exam earlier that week and got the results back.
Yeah, I understand. Not joke so often, right? So, okay, so the next slide is just consider the action you need to take based on what you shared from the story. So for the case computation example I shared, I would think next time if there's similar things happened, I wouldn't just blame him or her first. I will ask him like the reason why he late. Maybe if he is comfortable to saying that, I will like first understand the situation first, and then just do not make assumption very easily. So it don't have to be anyone, just one person. Maybe if you just based on what you share, will you change if next thing happened?
An action I could have taken was observing his mood better and then asking him why he was upset before joking about it.
Yeah.
I guess like an action is just being straight up and forward and asking them why, what's wrong, or why are you in this mood, or why are you acting this way, and maybe they'll tell you, maybe they won't, but it's a first step, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's like I don't really know these people, but like I could just start by not making assumptions on their reasons for what they do.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Okay. Yeah, that's really good insight. Yeah, that is all we just mentioned about from the mall question. So the next exercise we are going to do is a story I'm telling about myself. So sometimes when we telling the story to others, so you say your story and they hear that, and your project motivation is on them, and you draw conclusions about a behavior. So what this is saying about is I want you to see me through my story and understand me and hear me, and knowing what you really mean is more important to me than being right or self-protective. So does everyone ever have a teammate or a friend like say something that impact your behavior while you are telling a story about yourself? Like when you are ready to tell your story, but what behavior your friend react change what you're gonna tell, or you still decide to tell what the true story about yourself, but in a different form, maybe like different ways.
I guess I could tell a story of like what I just said from my friend's perspective, or like he just got in a, or I guess if I was from his perspective, I just got in a poor score on an exam. I'm not in a great mood. I come home, my friend, I make it very clear that I'm not in a good mood. My friend jokes about me not being in a good mood, which shows he's like inconsiderate and doesn't realize what's going on. So I even get madder at him.
Yeah, good. I could share my story while you are thinking. So from my personal experience, I have shared a story during a discussion when I was a freshman, and it's really personal. It's actually from the C104 class. We were at a team, and it's a really personal story, and I never share with people other than my friend. And to my surprise, the team members in the team encouraged me and showed empathy when I telling the story, and which really surprised me. So from that I start to share my personal experience with the people I really don't know enough or didn't know long enough. So it's really encourageable and comfortable when I saw the team member nodding their head or show the empathy through their body language, and it encouraged me to tell the whole story to them. Yeah. Any story? Okay, so I still need a story, but I will share another video to you. Maybe it help you to thinking about the story you have.
What kind? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, you can just play it.
Mhm. Okay, so this video is basically connect what we mentioned from the ladder of inference to the story I'm telling yourself.
So you're asking for a story from like my own perspective and talking about.
So it's like when you are ready to tell a really personal story to your friend or your team member, but if someone did something like their body behavior or their behavior, like their body language, stop you from sharing or encourage you to continue share your personal story.
Yeah, I guess like a story that I remember. It wasn't about me, but I remember I was in the class. It was also for C104. It was like one of the first presentations. It was before Macy's, and someone in my class was presenting, and he stumbled a lot. He just couldn't form a sentence. He forgot what he was saying. I guess it was stage fright, and and I think he started out okay, but as he started reading people's body language and the way that people were viewing him, he became more aware and more concentrated on how people were reacting to what he was saying. And I think he got into his own head and he thought like the body language of the crowd, or I guess the class, was negative, which led to him being more negative on himself, which led to him fumbling even more, which I thought was interesting. But then the next time he came up, he started off strong and no one said anything, or no one said anything in the beginning, but no one came across as negative, I guess. And he was fine. He corrected all of his mistakes.
Yeah, that's a really good example. I remember when I first do the presentation, I think it's just the introduction yourself, and there's someone in the back because the professor required us to do the eye contact with everyone. And I remember there's one person looking down to his phone, and I saw that and I suddenly forget what I'm going to say at that moment. And after that, the professor saying she know like I'm nervous and I was nervous and I have practiced a lot, but she never she was so surprised that I just forget what I'm going to say. So she asked me about why I just forget the word, and I don't mention the name, but I told there's one person looking down the phone, and next time she just make a big announcement saying no one have to bring the phone to the class. Do not look over the phone when someone was doing the presentation. The professor is really nice, and it's also a story I remember by hearing yours. Yeah.
Yeah, C404 was like one of the most memorable classes, I guess.
Yeah.
I had to take it spring of freshman year, so I was sent home for COVID, obviously, which kind of ruined it, but I enjoyed it for the time I was there.
Yeah, the same. I also did it on the spring, but at least we have half the semester actually doing the presentation in class, and I think it's practice a lot. I really learn a lot from that class.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really good. So the next is the last two exercise we are going to do today. It's about the psychological safety. The first one is poster and the second one is what if. So for the poster, we have saw this before. It's a circle, and that is what I asked you from the email agenda, like saying you have to bring the paper and a pen, because I'm going to give you 5 minutes and to figure out is there something you are worried about. Either can be the upcoming midterm exam or the internship, just draw it. So you just imagine the thing you most worry about right now, and imagine like in silence and draw the picture. So imagine it is become a horror movie, like everything could go wrong. Maybe you don't have your internship, or you fail a class, or maybe like for example, the upcoming midterm, maybe everything go wrong, you miss the exam, blah blah. So just draw this horror movie on a sheet of paper, and it doesn't have to be good. We don't have to be a real artist, and just 5 minutes and everyone could share their drawing, the artwork. Let's do it. I will set a timer, so 5 minutes. Does anyone need more time? Okay. So as you finish up, I could just share my first.
Yes, fine.
So that is my piece of work. If everything goes wrong for the midterm, the midterm is the most worried that I worried about right now. So everything got F, and what the 100% is not going to happen. I failed to all the exam, and I just drive my bicycle and leave fast and quit from Kelly School of Business. Yeah, that is my art. Does anyone want to share first?
I mean, yeah, I could go. This kind of sucks, but okay, it's basically the same thing as yours. It's just a big F on a piece of paper with the "please see me."
Yeah.
But this is like, so like second semester of senior year. It's like a big like fear I have. That like I get lazy and I screw up on a class, which makes me have to like do another semester or to have to take it over the summer, which would really suck. So like, it's just one of like the fears, I guess.
Yeah, that's a really nice and simplified version.
Thank you.
Good,
Thank you. I know it's not amazing, but I appreciate it.
Got it.
Here's mine. It's me getting a 0 out of 100 on my finance midterm and everyone laughing at me.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought like everyone's gonna do that, so I tried to do something different. Mine's mine's just a picture of like first semester and then second semester, and it's like a bunch of my friends leaving to go abroad next year or next semester, and I'm not going abroad, so it's like I called it campus extinction. But, yeah.
That's good. At least it's not exams, not
Yeah.
burden to the exams.
Not to say I'm not afraid of them. I'm still pretty scared for them. For
I
next week.
know. Yeah.
Mine's about the midterms as well. I cannot really show my drawing because my camera isn't working. But like I pretty much drew like a tombstone with operations management and finance written all over it because I'm like so like worried about those two midterms. Like I'm fine with marketing and management, but like yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I hope we will not fail the exam. Okay, that's enough. So, oh, sorry. So that is we mentioned what would go wrong and well how to avoid this. Just review after we finish this meeting, like review a lot during the weekend. So I'll skip this. And the last one, this is the last exercise. So the last one is recall from the IM activity from the pre-work we wrote that is due like this Monday. I hope you remember that. So we hear about the podcast and we fill out like a lot of word in that work document. And that is, we could just, that is all the questions that I share with you with the document. It's called social awareness in class activity. So I'm going to share that document and we'll fill out that real quickly. Yeah, I hope everyone received that, right?
We're going on this document.
Yeah. So we'll discuss this document, like these questions as a team, and each person will take turns to write down with what we discuss. Just be a recorder, and who want to write for the first two questions, like the question one said. Did you all find the document?
I'm going to it now.
Okay, sure.
Can we all just start writing wherever we wanna, like, whatever question we wanna answer? Can we just do that?
Yeah, sure. Just maybe keep keep the discussion, or yeah. So I will just read through the question while you are writing what you want to share about it. So the first question is, what circumstance would need to exist for those on a team to be comfortable to share a portion of their identity that they usually don't bring up or embarrassed about? And the second question is, how could you to ensure that these factors will present on your team?
So do we just fill this out real quick as a team?
Yeah,
Does everyone do every part, or do we just choose what part we want to do?
you could just take turns to wrote, but I saw that she already wrote it down, so maybe just talking about it and write your answer down if possible. Because I still want the discussion keep talking. Yeah, that is really good. Yeah, it's overall the main idea is just create a psychological safety to the person so they could feel comfortable about sharing the experience. So due to the time value, I mean the the time we are running out of time. So maybe you could just do the question 4 as a team to save some time. Yeah, it's okay if we don't finish all of the question. So for the question 4, it's just saying like as a team, what we realized after doing all the exercise we did today during the meeting, like what you learn, and also from the material like we did for the module this week. Yeah, I agree. Like it's really important to take time to get to know your peers. So it helps to build a relationship and building trust. And it also more importantly to have increase the work productivity. Yeah, I really like this answer for the tiny tweak. Usually, sometimes, especially during the Zoom, we cannot help ourselves to like look at the phone while the group member is speaking. So next time, maybe I will keep the phone away to avoid the attention. So to show respect to my team members. Yeah, that's all really good answers. Did anyone need more time, or should I move on to the next topic? Yeah, I think we are good. Okay, good work. So the last stat I want to share is this quote. The difficult thing is that vulnerability is the first thing I look in you, and the last thing I'm willing to show you. In you, it is courage and daring. In me, it is weakness. So just want to say, like as mentioned at beginning, you could get the project done no matter what, but it will become totally different if you just put your whole heart into it. It will make much different. So that is all for today. And the last thing we need to do for this meeting is the AR form. I also have to include in the recording. And before we doing the AR form, I just want to remind everyone, like, please make sure you complete the code study by tomorrow night. Professor says she will be strict this time. So I will share the document with the AR form. We could really fill this really quickly because I know Caleb have to leave in a short period. So let me share this.
Is your first name Diana?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Your Zoom name's different.
Yeah, that is my legal name. I forgot to change. It's okay.
Am I good to hop off? Because my call's at 5:30,
It's
Oh yeah,
okay.
no, that's fine.
and I've like typed 2 or 3 boxes on the AR form.
It's okay. Yeah.
All right, see you everyone. Good
See you.
meeting.
Bye.
Yeah.
Well, the recording will automatically save to my computer once I end the meeting, right?
Yeah. You'll something will pop up and it's just the MP4, which is the last document, I think.
So we each have to submit this?
No, just one person. Like as I mentioned at beginning, like I think the rest of three have to submit each time when you are lead the meeting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It says for like the fourth box, as a team discuss non-verbal observations.
Yeah,
What does that even mean?
maybe like body language or like the face expression.
Oh.
Yeah, but I do remember when I mentioned the example saying like I forgot my word when someone was looking their phone, you laugh. You laughed when I say that. So it's like really kind of a good reaction when someone telling the story.
Oh yeah.
Hey guys, so I have a reservation for Malibu at 5:45. So like, think I might have to like head out soon if that's okay.
Yeah, let me stop the recording first. Oh, can I stop it before end the meeting?
No, I think you'll have to end the meeting.
Oh.
Well, no, you can stop the recording, but you can get the file after you end the recording.
Oh, okay. Let me stop it. So we basically must finish the AAR form. I can pause it. Okay. So we basically finished the AR form, and just remember, like we have to do the code study,
Yeah.
by tomorrow night. So that's all. You could leave.
Okay, thank you.
Bye guys.
Thank you, guys. Bye.